3, 2. Okay, and then hold on. I guess we're gonna have sad piano music for the background again. All right, real quick. Let me just record this before I forget. I want to return these to the library anyway. I checked these out from the library. They had volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Critical Role Vox Machina Origins. I guess it's like an old D&D campaign or prequel D&D campaign, supposedly, from what I've been told. I started the podcast for this and I tried to listen to it while I was at work and I couldn't do it. It was just too much dialogue. I had too many interruptions just from like work, just the nature of work. So I couldn't really focus on the story too well. But then I saw this at the library and I was like, I'm gonna check out all 3 of those and at least read the first one. And I really liked it. The art's decent. The cast seems kind of I think the cast is my only minor complaint. Like, the archetypes for the characters are pretty flat and plain. Like, there's a Goliath who is the party barbarian and he's just big and dumb, and that's it. Like, I don't know, pretty cut and dry. The setup for how they meet was interesting, and the adventures they go on at least are very different from any media and or D&D campaigns that I've been through personally. So I like that. I don't know. Yeah, the writing leaves a little bit to be desired, but I'm as far as like the dialogue, but the characters and the things they do are actually kind of unique, so I don't mind that at all. It's just, I don't know, I wish the characters were a little, they're a good medley, but they're kind of flat individually, I think. A little bit. Not overly so. I've read worse. Yeah, I don't know. So I picked up 3 volumes. The first one just goes over how they all meet. The second one, the barbarian of the party gets cursed. So they pretty much deal with that the whole time, which was kind of cool. I don't think that would work for like an actual D&D campaign, as far as, I don't know, maybe this was a campaign for them. But for me, if I were playing the barbarian, I'd be pissed because I was essentially knocked out the whole time. Maybe you could do something like this if somebody's going to be missing multiple D&D sessions. I don't know. Yeah, this was cool. Still, I don't know, lacking a little bit of character development, I feel, even though we saw a slightly different side of the barbarian, at least in a couple different points, but still kind of a little basic. I don't know. Then the third one introduced the cleric. Well, actually, the cleric joined the party in the second volume. And then in the third volume, what happened? Oh, the whole town gets frozen, so they got to go fight a ice dragon. I don't know. It was still cool. Just yeah, same minor complaint, just a little basic, I guess. But I would keep an eye out for the library to have volume 4 and up. I guess I can return these now that I've recorded my thoughts in case I forget. Yeah, the art's nice. 4 out of 5, I guess, for this. That's a little high. 3.5? It feels low. I don't know. 4 out of 5, I guess. I guess my only minor complaint is the dialogue for the characters, or the character development's a little lacking, I think. But not bad. Yeah, I've read worse. Also, I'm mad because there was a mage dragonborn, whatever you call it, and he only lasted for like half of the first book, and then he had to leave the party. Or no, I think maybe the first book, and then he left for the second book. I don't know, that made me sad. Okay, and then I also picked this up on Wednesday. Random Sabretooth standalone book. I didn't know such a thing existed. I'm not sure if he has his own comic book line. He probably does. I just don't know about it. But I saw this when I was looking for more Wolverine volumes, which this comic store did not have. But this was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I picked it up just because I like Sabretooth. But he's got like multiple personalities he's dealing with, like businessman Sabretooth and violent child Sabretooth and wild beast Sabretooth, and there's a cat for some reason. I don't know what the cat's supposed to symbolize. killer instinct, animal instinct. I don't know. But I guess this whole little paperback series is set on Krakoa, the island of mutants. I feel like they could probably put out a really good movie and have some parallels to Gaza if they wanted to be political, but now that they're owned by Disney, that's not going to happen, I guess. Yeah, the island nation of Krakoa sends Sabretooth on a mission, and he actually murders people even though he's not supposed to. So then they throw him in the island's version of jail, which is... The whole island is a big mutant, apparently, but it's like a plant-like person thing. So they throw him in a hole inside this plant tree island, and like he gets sedated essentially, and it's like the Matrix where he can just go murder as many people in his mind as he wants, but he's not actually murdering people. I don't know, the art was really good. There's some nice panels where he becomes the ruler of hell in this mind prison, I guess. But he sort of starts to break out and almost starts a civil war on Krakoa for people who are questioning whether Xavier should be putting people in jail, which isn't physical torture, but seems like mental torture for the most part. So they send more people down there, and then Sabretooth like gets them all to do his bidding, essentially, by being a really good villain. He's really manipulative, and he doesn't necessarily, you know, always tear people in half. Sometimes he'll ruin your reputation instead if he feels that's more appropriate. So like he almost ruins Xavier's reputation with the residents on Krakoa as far as like whether Xavier should be allowed to just, yeah, put people in brain jail, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Sabretooth was a much better villain than I anticipated. I kind of really enjoyed reading this. There was like zero Wolverine in this, except for like a couple shots where he's asleep, I guess. But like it wasn't Sabretooth versus Wolverine. I think this was one of my favorite panels. All of Sabretooth's personalities together at a table. A crazy asshole. Big old beast Sabretooth was pretty cool to look at with his big old fangs. I don't know. To be honest, I wouldn't mind reading some kind of origin story for Sabretooth, because I don't remember whether he gets adamantium or not in his bones. I think he does, but only sometimes. And other times he's just healing factor, no adamantium. As far as my memory recalling Sabretooth's origin. But yeah, he's always been a crazy lunatic, just swiping at people with his claws and chopping their faces off and all this stuff. But yeah, this book was cool. It was I felt a little short. I guess I read it pretty quickly on Wednesday. But he breaks out of Krakoa, finds a boat, and then he goes to a normal actual jail where people are just jailing mutants, hence the need for an island of Krakoa where they can take refuge and not get jailed by military type people. So he goes to a prison, and I'm assuming he probably goes off to break them all out in a different volume, not this volume. But yeah, Sabretooth, the Adversary. It's by the same authors as, well, not the same authors, but it's the style's the same as the other Wolverine paperbacks that I've been reading. I really like this. It was cool. 4.5 out of 5. Anyway, Sabretooth.
Yeah, berserker! Loser!
Loser. All right, anyway, let's play some Pinocchio, I guess.